My dog is licking my legs. It's so funny. He was just asleep and something woke him up. I wanted to talk about this story. I know it happened a little not long ago, but it happened on October 12th, and I think it's what like the 18th or 19th at this point. But this story is important to me, and I think it's something that warrants further discussion because there's something bigger happening here, and something that's been ongoing. And it's just so horrific to see this, in this context, crystal clear video, undeniable proof, that sort of thing. And then this thing went viral. Millions of people have seen this video or other variations of it. So, but this is the conclusion of the story is largely positive. So don't fret, don't feel too bad. Let's go over this really quick. So over $18,000 raised for Utah student bullied for wearing a MAGA hat. So the mother of a Utah high school student who was bullied and spat on for wearing a hat in support of President Trump started a GoFundMe account for him after many people reached out in support. As of Monday morning, the account has raised over $18,000. So this is a quote from the GoFundMe. I think there's a grammatical error in it, so let's just get through it really quick. My son, a patriotic 15-year-old, was brutally bullied during his second week back at school for wearing his MAGA hat. And we have received a massive outpouring of support from people asking to do something nice for him. Michaela McHeleny, the boy's mom, posted on GoFundMe. I apologize for butchering the name. So it brings me to tears every time I watch it. And I can't believe that people who are on that side and try to push love and acceptance and toleration of other people, and then they are so against somebody who is just a patriot, she said. Here. So the two girls who kept antagonizing me, this is a quote from the boy. The two girls, they kept antagonizing me, calling me a racist, saying I look retarded, and calling me a white supremacist, white privilege because I was wearing my Trump hat. Braxton said. Braxton is the boy. So this is, we're going to go through these images really quick. Let's start at the beginning. So this is the girl over here on the right. She was the primary antagonist in this event. She ended up, taking the mask off of him, I believe, throwing it in the trash, the little patriotic American mask. She tried to take the hat from the boy, Braxton, but he refused. He stood his ground. I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud that he stood his ground. And not once did he raise his hands at this girl. He didn't hit her. I don't think he threatened her. The video certainly doesn't show that. And charges are being brought against this girl. And she also spit in his face multiple times. During a pandemic, by the way. People are going to jail for deliberately coughing on people. And she spit in this boy's face. I mean, where's her mask? I mean, these people care about masks so goddamn much. Where's her mask? So this is the video is not clear, but right here where I'm with my cursor, and then right here on the face, and I think he's holding back tears. It's very distressing to see, but again, he's a young boy, so it's okay. We're gonna let it slide because he's being ganged up on for his beliefs, and he's holding his ground, and that's not the easiest thing to do. So I am very proud of him, and this is a lot of bravery, a lot of courage was on display that day, and. I got nothing but a world of respect for the kid. He was raised right. So this is him with the family. By the way, look at the decor here. Look at the decor. This is a really beautiful home. It's like almost nicer than mine. Goodness. Very modern. Mama did all the designing, I'm sure of it. He's got what I assume is a younger brother here. And of course he's rocking the MAGA hat, wearing a Johnny Cash shirt. I'm digging it. Let's see what else do we got here. Okay, yeah, so this idiot girl with the stupid colored hair, she hit him in the face. It was either like a smack to the face or some kind of girly punch to the face while his hands were occupied. He wasn't even able to defend himself. I can't play the video, guys. I'm going to leave a link in the description for you, though, so you can see for yourself the kind of junk that Trump supporters have to deal with. It makes me sick that something like this can happen in a public school. Like, where are the teachers? I try not to, crap on these admins and the teachers, but I think back at stories and news events where some kid does some trolly thing on the internet that doesn't affect or hurt anybody, but the school administration wants to butt in and get involved because they want to raise kids. They want to be very intrusive in the lives of the students at their school, and then they punish them. They get involved, and it's really annoying. They can hyper micromanage the lives of the kids outside the school, their opinions, the personal activities they're engaged in that doesn't really involve the school in any particular way. But when it comes to the things that actually happen within the walls of the school, within the confines of the school, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're investigating the matter. Oh, we're looking into it. Where are the teachers? Where are the deans? Where are the administrators to prevent this sort of junk? Also, what is up with these kids' parents? Here's my opinion on this matter. Well, it's really easy to say like, oh, well, this is evil, this is disgusting behavior. Yeah, sure, but this is also pop culture. Pop culture is on display. The modern leftist ethos is on display. Since 2015, we've been bombarded by messages that state clearly that it is okay to violently attack Trump supporters. It's okay to punch Trump supporters if you think they're Nazis. It's okay to punch Trump supporters if you think they've committed wrong thing. If they committed thought crimes, that sort of thing. It's been normalized. There some stupid award. You had like the Stranger Things actors like saying, oh, we got to punch them, punch at it, blah, blah, blah. You have all these goofballs saying we got to punch Nazis and all this other junk, and it's so annoying. I can't stand it. But so this is normalized. So these young girls were conditioned by pop culture, by these pedophile celebrities in Hollywood, by the fake news industry, by the music industry even, to punch and attack people like Braxton. It's normal. I mean, look how, I'm going to link the video in the description. Look how easy it was, effortlessly, how fluid the situation was. It was almost like, it was almost like clockwork. They went to town on this kid, belittling him, bullying him, violently hitting him. It almost like it came naturally to them. That should worry people. These girls suck. And I forgot to find the article, but I believe that they are being charged with actual crimes. The police is involved. They're 10th graders, I believe, these two individuals, the two girls that were directly involved in the attack. So, again, they're probably going to get some charges, to their names. They're probably going to be penalized for this disgusting attack, and they should be, especially during a pandemic, right? A pandemic, spitting in someone's face. Like, people are going to jail for that. People are going to jail for deliberately coughing on people in public, like they get into some altercation over masks or something stupid because, the states are being poorly run at this point and everybody's getting angry and pissed off. So people are, coughing on each other and stuff, and they're going to jail because of it. So I do hope there are serious, dire consequences for these two idiots, these anti-Trump girls, these violent thugs, for their disgusting and deplorable actions. This should not be tolerated whatsoever, and the school should be held liable too, because what is the curriculum like? I would love to see the curriculum of the school, because I bet you that there's likely assignments passed on to the students that kind of push kids towards a far leftist direction. I'd be willing to bet money that that's the case. Let's see what other images we got here. Yeah, so West Jordan High School is where this took place. And then here's a kid in his apparel. He's got a little freedom eagle. I don't know, man. He seems like a really sweet kid, man. And it was so heartbreaking to see him almost break down and cry while he's standing his ground, being a man, and doing the right things and not backing. Oh, God. There's like few videos where I just desperately wanted to be able to like have the ability to jump to the computer screen and like save the kid. And man, I feel so helpless. I feel so helpless watching these videos. It's so distressing to watch because I hate to see innocent people brutally punished for doing nothing, supporting the president, being patriotic. But you know what? Leave it to the leftists. Leave it to the modern left, the Democrats, the liberals, leave it to them to make it cool again to support your country. Because when I was this kid's age, when I was in high school in like the early 2000s, it was kind of lame to support the country, to support the president, especially after 9/11 specifically. After 9/11, by the way, after 9/11. I was in middle school when 9/11 happened, but after the fact, we got all the facts. We were able to learn and really get a grasp of what was going on. And, it's just like, okay, so the war is illegal at this point. We're needlessly sending off young Americans to die in an illegal war for the benefit of Cheney, the Bush family, the Clintons, so on and so forth. And, it was lame. It was easy to make fun of this hyper patriotism, this hyper patriotic environment, especially when all of it was predicated on lies by the mainstream media, of course, and the government. But now we're at a point where, like the pendulum is swung in the other direction, and the modern left, it's not enough for them to mock and criticize the country. They absolutely want it to fail. They want the people that made this country great and built it from the ground up, carved this nation out of nothing, to perish. To literally die off, and I don't support it. It's just so silly to see the modern left, the party of tolerance and love and acceptance, be this vicious and disgusting. See what the last image is. Oh, nothing. But there's good news. The good news is the boy made a lot of money being the victim of this story, but also being the hero at the same time. Because he did stand his ground, despite how distressing the video was, the event was. $32,443 was raised for the kid. So let's read this update really quick. So October 13th, holy smokes, in less than 48 hours, you all helped us reach our third goal. We are seriously amazed at all the kind words, love, and support we have received. And it's not only from the right. I've gotten several messages from those who support the other side, wanting us to know that this kind of bullying is not what they stand for. BS. This is the kind of message I love reading. We cannot wait to see DC because we have received so much support. We are hoping to find a positive way to support others that have been affected by bullies. Love over hate. Keep America great. What a sweet message. But no, the modern left certainly does stand for this. They do promote this. They advertise their intent to harm people if they have the wrong opinions. But I understand the mom is trying to, bring things down. They want to make things, more calm, but let's just keep it real here. These thugs, these goons, they're not interested in, they're only reaching out to say this crap because they're just like, oh, well, we look really bad. Well, you guys looked bad. You've always looked bad. And, this is largely one of the reasons why President Trump is going to win his reelection, because the modern left keeps permitting violence, and they refuse to condemn any of these violent activists, any of these young people who have taken in this violent ideology of the modern left. But even more good news. We're going to end it off here. President Donald Trump signed a MAGA hat to a 15-year-old Utah student who was bullied and assaulted for supporting him. So he got the hat. It's signed. He's very stoked. And here's a better image of him wearing the hat. So, yeah. And again, look at the beautiful decor in this home. Goodness, this is a beautiful home. Sorry, I don't want to distract from it. This video is going on a little too long. But no, I'm glad that, things happened the way that they did. And, for anybody who's experienced any bullying, any younger people, I'm always available to talk. The Discord link is bunk because my Discord account got banned, but you can always leave a comment and I'll add you on my new account. And I'm always here for anybody who needs tech support with guns, or going through a hard time like this kid was. I can't imagine how lonely and distressing it must have felt while he was being viciously attacked. But this is the politics aside, things in life are not always going to go your way, and sometimes you're going to be outnumbered. Sometimes you're going to be surrounded by very nasty and disgusting people, and those are the moments that are going to shape you, and those are the moments that are going to define your future. The boy acted with so much maturity. He showed a lot of strength and courage, and he was rewarded handsomely for it. And people notice, which is why the President of the United States sent him a hat. It's why so many of us have donated to the GoFundMe. Hopefully that heals some of the pain and the hurt that he felt in his heart. Be good to each other, guys. Stand together, support each other. We shouldn't be afraid to support our president. We shouldn't have to live in fear of being bullied for having certain opinions. That isn't how this country is supposed to operate. In the modern left, we need you guys to knock this off. We need you guys to reform, like radically reform the party. Make it about ideas, make it about positive change, not about violence and antagonism towards people who don't agree with you. Hang in there, Braxton. You're gonna set the world on fire if you continue to be this brave. I promise you. One of the best compliments I've ever received in my entire life. I remember it so vividly. I was in high school. I was roughly this kid's age. And I was dealing with, not a bully per se, but a teacher that I didn't like. The teacher singled me out. There was no seating chart, and I tried to sit with, my friend, and he wouldn't let me sit with her. So he would just, move me around. He would just be a total dick to me for no reason. And I just got sick of it one day. And I stood up to him, and and he's like, he's like, oh man, he's like, stop being disobedient. And I told him, stop treating me like, and he's like what? And I was about to scream shit, but I know I would have gotten suspended for it. So I left, and I went to go hang out in the dean's office, and they're just like, well, what did you do? And I was like, I didn't do anything. And he had one of his student aides, she came in, and she's like, oh, here are the assignments. He just really wants you to do it, and he's not going to write you up if you do the assignments. I'm like, well, you tell him to write me up anyways. She's like, she rolls her eyes and she leaves. And then the next day, he's like, so you really told her to write you up, huh? It's like, yeah. And at the end of that class, there was this other kid. He was really popular. He was one of the more popular kids in school. And he comes up to me. He's like, dude, you're the bravest kid. He's like, you're the bravest guy I know. And that felt so good. It's the best compliment I've ever had. I remember being at a nightclub and having girls fawn over me and shit, and just going home or going to the hotel room with some random girls and stuff. And, flattered. But none of that matters to me. That compliment is it's probably one of the best. I don't think it'll ever be topped. And I'm extending that compliment. I'm passing it on to Braxton. I really think he's a brave kid. Peace out.